Hey guys, we just got done riding the 2018 Honda CB1000R. Now, this is an all-new motorcycle for American Honda for 2018. It's positioned as a neo-sports kind of cafe, modern cafe bike. So it's not exactly an old bike and it's not exactly a new bike. We spent most of the day riding it up in the hills of Los Angeles and Malibu, and it's a pretty neat bike. I was never really super pumped on the old CB1000R. That thing was kind of a pooch. So this new bike's a nice upgrade to that machine. Probably what I really like about it is how it continues to use Honda's 2008 to 2016 spec CBR1000RR engine. That inline four is really renowned for having a lot of usable torque and power. You know, it wasn't the fastest thing on the road. It didn't make the most top-end horsepower, but for squirting off corners and for general street riding, you know, and even riding on the track, the power band was really good for that. Lots of low-end grunt, lots of mid-range, lots of good acceleration feel. And this bike has that. And what's even neater is Honda was able to marry its new ride-by-wire digital throttle control system onto that engine. So now you actually have a new powertrain package. So a little bit of old and a little bit of new. And it works really well. The fly-by-wire riding system on this thing is a big improvement over Honda's CBR1000RR 2017. That thing was a little bit herky-jerky and not the most dialed in for a ride-by-wire system. This thing is much more dialed in, especially the on-off throttle response. Right when you crack the throttle, it's just so perfect. It rides really good. The only thing on that is the throttle has a little bit of a synthetic feel to it. And when you're giving it the beans, sometimes it just doesn't have that supernatural throttle cable system that the old bike has. But honestly, as I started to get used to the way the throttle worked, I actually got kind of pretty acclimated to it and I liked it more and more and more. So I think after you log a couple hundred miles, you're really gonna like the feel of the throttle on this motorcycle. Another highlight of it is the chassis. They changed the chassis up and went from an alloy frame to a steel backbone frame, and I think it lost around 16 or 18 pounds in the process total. I think this thing weighs about 463 pounds. The suspension's nice and supple. It's a very comfortable ride, but yet when you get in the corners, especially even bumpy corners, the suspension does a good job of delivering good road holding without the bike getting too bouncy and crazy. Also like that it comes equipped right out of the box with the Batlax S21 tires. Those things are really versatile. They work in like all conditions. So it's nice that Honda spent the extra dollars and fitted the bike with some real premium Japanese rubber. Other things I like about this bike is just the ergonomics. You know, I'm a taller guy at 6 foot, and this bike fits me really good. The handlebar has got a nice aggressive bend, a little bit more aggressive than I was actually anticipating, which I really like, but not so aggressive where it really puts a lot of weight on your wrist. I was actually very comfortable on this motorcycle. I like how skinny it is. I like the space between the seat and the handlebar. It's stretched out enough, so if you're a bigger guy, you don't feel cramped. Also the styling of this bike. This bike really looks like anything else on the road. I really like that single-sided swing arm, the attention to detail with the fit and finish, the LED headlight and tail light, the cool instrument cluster that's functional and looks cool. Also like the ability that you can manipulate the engine power mode and traction control or Honda torque control and engine brake control all on the fly. You can do it while you're riding. It's really intuitive, it's really easy to work. Probably my only gripe in the electronics department is you can't turn off the ABS, and wheelie control is integrated into traction control. So if you want to pop wheelies, you can, but you kind of can't because eventually it'll make you set them down, and it'll make you set them down in a kind of violent way that sucks. Thankfully, you can turn off the traction control manually and problem solve. But at the end of the day, for $13,000, this is a really neat bike. You know, it's not going to be able to blow your socks off in terms of raw performance as some of the other big bore open naked bikes in the class, but it's not really designed for that. It's designed for someone who wants a comfy bike that they can ride to and from work on the weekends, ride all the time because it's so comfortable, still has good sporting performance and capability, sounds cool, looks cool, will never ever break, and will just be a really quality piece of machinery in the garage. And I think Honda's really hit that sweet spot with the CB1000R. It's a neat bike. Well, guys, that's a wrap from the 2018 CB1000R press intro. Make sure to read the written reviews on cycleworld.com and motorcyclistonline.com. We're gonna have 2 written reviews for you. And of course, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel here at Motorcyclist Mag. Leave us a comment. Do you like what you're watching? Do you not like what you're watching? Is my hair too long? Is it too short? Leave me a comment. We'll do the best to address it. We'll see you guys next time.